Hi, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. Is that okay, Jamie?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Okay. So, welcome to this academic success workshop with Creative Arts and the Transfer Center. My name is Jackie Guerra, and I'm the Academic Administrative Coordinator for Creative Arts. Um, so, let's just go ahead and jump right in. I just want to thank you guys for being here today for this success workshop. And I wanted to talk a little bit about our division and the disciplines we offer in creative arts. Um, the creative arts is a center of excellence. We have 9 disciplines, which are art, dance, film, media arts, interior design, film and journalism studies, theater, music, recording arts and technology, and visual communication. Within visual communication, we have 6 areas, um, which range from illustration to graphic design and photography and even game design. I wanted to talk about our our mission here. So I wanted to add the mission. Oh, sorry, we're going to go back to that slide.
Just a
I
heads up,
wanted to
Jackie.
add.
Sorry, Jackie, just to interrupt you. Your PowerPoint is not showing, so I think you might have to share your screen again so that your PowerPoint can show.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
That's okay. I figured you were talking through slides, and I'm like, we just see Jackie's pretty face. We don't see the slides.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're
Hi.
welcome. There we go.
Okay, how's that?
Beautiful. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that. I just wanted to talk about our mission. So I I like to start off with the mission because it's really important to us, and we offer a lot of things, and we like to try to keep really close to our mission, which is to provide high quality, accessible, and affordable educational opportunities and services, including university transfer, technical and lifelong learning programs that promote individual development and improve just the overall quality of life in a multicultural community. And Northeast Ohio definitely has this multicultural community aspect to it. So um, some of the Tri-C mission might be a review for some of you, but um, as we continue through the presentation today, just want to keep these things in mind and how much creative arts the division delivers this mission and keeps close to the mission as we're doing all of our wonderful things. Um, our purpose in creative arts is to provide students with access to just a wide range of courses, and they're all taught by exceptional faculty. And we have state-of-the-art technology and facilities here at Metro Campus, especially inside our recording arts program. And we've got all new software and equipment for our graphic design. And we continue to fulfill this mission by offering our associate degrees. And we have 3 that we offer through Creative Arts, which is our Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Arts, and Associate of Applied Science. Um, and we offer certificate programs ranging from music to dance and theater. Art therapy is a new one that we've included, as well as interior design. So, and I just wanted to make note that many of our faculty teach for Tri-C, that teach for Tri-C rather, even part-time. They have or currently do teach at other area colleges and universities. So you're definitely getting this high quality education for a fraction of the price. So continue on. I mentioned the Tri-C being in a cultural and creative arts serving as a cultural epicenter. Our division works with these local organizations and many more to give students as much experience as possible. And working with these organizations, many doors and opportunities have opened up to our Tri-C students in creative arts. And you're working and learning and immersed in these rich, culturally diverse communities. Uh, Jazz Fest just ended a couple weeks ago, and that was really awesome. It was held out of Kane Park. So just wanted to mention that, we are definitely immersed in the community. We do have artists in residence at work and that we bring in routinely to work with students to enhance their experiences. Terrence Blanchard served in this capacity. Oh, why isn't the picture isn't showing? There it is. Terrence Blanchard worked with um, creative arts in this capacity in the past, and now we have Kareem Riggins serving in this role. Some of you might know him as a jazz drummer rooted to the masters of genre. Others view him as one of the top producers and innovators driving today's hip hop scene. So, yay! We definitely like having him part of our artist in residence program. And I did mention jadfest. This specific picture was taken when we held the festival at Playhouse Square. We do hope to return to Playhouse Square, but this past year, in keeping with the COVID guidelines and protocols, was held outdoors at Kane Park. And we hope to bring more festivals to Northeast Ohio. And doing this in this fashion has opened up many more opportunities for students in various programs. So whether you're in recording arts or theater, music, and even art, the volunteer opportunities have paved the way for internships for many students. Okay, so our programs, as I mentioned, we have 9 disciplines that we carry in creative arts. They're all listed here. Interior design is a brand new one to us. We just acquired this program in mid-2020. So we love Nancy Craig, who's the program manager of interior design, and she's doing great things, working with the local colleges and local businesses they go on field trips and do many things, just similar to what we do in many of our other programs as well. So these are some links to some virtual tours that we have at some of the facilities and whatnot online. We can add those to the chat. I think might be able to. I will add them to the chat at some point during the presentation. But this way that you guys have them. I'm just leaving this up so that you guys, you can copy and paste it and put it in your search browser. You can come back to it. Okay. So there are several areas within the art discipline that to focus your studies on. For the past 20 years, Art Therapy has organized an art and healing exhibition in partnership with Ursuline College. And this year's topic was social justice, mental health, and the arts. So there's a 2-day event including community lectures, workshops, art on display, and hands-on activities. And each year, student art shows are held to promote work done throughout the year. And these are held at each campus. Students here at Metro typically sell their ceramics works because ceramics is has a big following here. And the art pieces, they can sell the art pieces that they choose. And it's a big hit here. We have 2 galleries. Currently, we have our East Gallery and our West Gallery, of which students have displayed their art at, and we've held guest artists to come and display their art as well. What I do want to mention is that a part of our art discipline, we have a partnership with the Cleveland Museum of Art, and you can take classes through Tri-C that's held at the Cleveland Museum of Art. So you're fully immersed in the environment to create optimal learning. These courses are among the ones that are transferable to other colleges. And this is made possible by this wonderful partnership that we have with CMOA. And students can even receive a free 1-year non-renewable sorry about that. My PowerPoint just kind of stalled out on me. Let me open that back up. Thanks for your patience. Sorry, just trying to get to it. Okay. And we're back. Okay, just to recap, so we have this partnership with the Cleveland Museum of Art, and we have classes that we hold there. These classes help you because they're really wonderful classes that are held at the museum. So you're immersed inside the the environment of all the art to learn. And currently, Cleveland Museum of Art offers students a 1 year free, non-renewable membership for the Cleveland Museum of Art. So definitely take advantage of that if you're able and willing. Oh, thinking. Here we go. As far as student artwork, these are some of the previous year's posters for which Jazz Fest has had students submit artwork for an opportunity to have their designs plastered all over Northeast Ohio, promoting not only Jazz Fest, but their own individual talents. Other opportunities of having your artwork displayed is being able to have them displayed in the galleries. Metro doesn't have its own specific gallery, but we do have several spaces on campus, including in the new campus center, that allows for student artwork to be displayed there. And we do have dance. We do have a dance program. Currently, we only offer a few introductory courses in our dance program. All I think those are transferable to other colleges, but we are working currently at enhancing and expanding this program in the future. So we hope to make more of these courses aligned with other programs that other colleges are offering. Our media and journalism studies. Uh, this would be our journalism division, or discipline rather. Uh, Media and journalism studies students Brady and Kyle had an opportunity to meet and ask questions of Chris Denari. I'm not sure if you guys know who Chris Denari is, but he is the television play-by-play voice of the Indiana Pacers, and he's been a professional broadcaster for more than 35 years, a member of the Indiana Sportscasters Hall of Fame. Chris shared state-of-the-art career advice with Brady and Kyle, and he helped with the preparation sheets that he developed prior to each NBA game and helped share those and gave tips. Um, but I just think it's wonderful to be able to be connected with these industry professionals. You know, towards the end of this meeting, Chris said to Brady and Kyle, contact me anytime. So these types of partnerships and meetings happen all the time in creative arts, and journalism is no different. And we also have The Voice, which is a student-run newspaper here at Tri-C, and those are run by Jimmy Israel, and there's two students have written for the Cleveland Magazine, and it's a great opportunity to get and to enhance your writing skills in the program. And then here's Breakwall. It's our annual literary and photography magazine, which has won fourth place in Best in Show in 2017. And Dave Jackson, a Tri-C alumni, was the winner of the 2020 Minority Arts and Education Grant. And her work was put up at the Cleveland Print Room and other various spaces. So that's a picture of her with her artwork in the background. Film and media art studies, these are transferable to Kent and Cleveland States for film. Students recently released a 30-minute documentary about people who follow the Grateful Dead. And the film revolved around a 50th anniversary of I Need a Miracle tour, the interview in New York with the guy who organized that whole event and the Dead concerts. The students incorporated what they had learned in the film program, such as how do you gain the interview. They're self-releasing it, which is what is taught as well, and social media and market audience research and all of this. So you learn lots of different things, and these are transferable to Cleveland State and some other area colleges that we'll get into further along. And we also have the digital cinema group, which is a network for our film program. So the Russo brothers visited the campus last year to hold workshops on making their films and what it takes to succeed in the industry. Students have had the opportunity to work on set during the shooting of their films in downtown Cleveland. The Greater Cleveland Film Commission has brought in professional actors such as James Matteo, may know him from Band of Brothers or Hook, and they've even brought in Todd Hanks. Matteo now lives in the Greater Cleveland area, working as a professional actor in New York and Los Angeles. So this is our music program, and you can transfer now to BW for music industry for your bachelor's, and top-notch instructors and professional musicians, classes in vocal and instrumental music, theory, history, jazz studies, ear training, music technology. Tri-C students participate in 4-credit performance ensemble classes of all kinds and enjoy mastery classes throughout the year from visiting artists from New York and beyond. And those who wish to continue their studies will find that Tri-C's articulation agreements with prestigious institutions like Berklee College of Music can make this transition to the four-year institutions much smoother. The students looking to be on cycle for fall of 22 will need to complete the following, fall of 2022 will need to complete the following prerequisite classes in the spring and summer. And it's going to be Music 1200, Music 1210, Music 1250, and Music 1290. But we're always around so we can get you connected with being able to get those transferabilities. Recording Arts and Technology. This is another really popular program here at Tri-C. We partner with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and we have a state-of-the-art recording studio in the basement in the lower level of the Creative Arts building at Metro Campus, thanks to generous donations and continued support from the Jill and Tommy LaPuma family. And each year, I know it's been different with COVID, but each year we like to send about 10 to 15 students to Nashville to the Recording Summit every year. So we hope to start that back up starting next year. There's just some photos of our facilities that we have downstairs. Many of these have been updated even more so because we just got new software upgrades recently. So the audio industry preparation, you have to know English and math, and the degree is 2/3 hands-on for lab work and 1/3 lecture with field experience at the end. This is the Recording Arts degree is an Associate of Applied Science. It's entrepreneurial. And most students decide to work for small businesses, become freelancers, start their own business. They also work in concert production and broadcast firms, hence the many internship opportunities that we have in the recording arts program. We do have a partnership with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where students can internship there. I know we have a student currently that's that's completing an internship, at the Rock Hall. She's working in the garage band exhibit. It's a really fun interactive exhibit where students can, or not just students, but where people and visitors can learn to play instruments. They can, if they already know how to play instruments, they can rock together and create their own band, and it's really great experience. But students have the opportunity to partnership or internship with the Rock Hall every year. And again, with COVID, it's been a little bit different, but we hope that we return to all of this and all of these wonderful events that we put on. But the Rock Off is something that we put on every year. It's a battle of the bands featuring 37 musical acts representing 63 schools. And these schools are from Ohio, Illinois, Pennsylvania. We have had some from out of state come in, so because it's open to whomever in high school, of course. And there are 3 performance rounds of 12 bands, but these are some of the things that our students have internshipped for and have worked on and with. So they're just going over a number of wonderful opportunities that are out there. Theater is another program. Students in the theater program typically transfer to CSU, BW, Case Western to finish their bachelor's. We also have Kent State. These are some of the productions that we have put on. We have theaters at all 3 campuses at Metro, East, and West. We do bring guest artists in for the different theater programs. So students have worked with high-profile local artists, and it's a really wonderful opportunity. There's a couple of others. Visual communication and design is rounding out one of our last programs we'll talk about today. Within the creative arts area, there's graphic design, illustration in 3D, photography, game design, and interactive media. And in interior design, all students require internships. So the transferability is through BW to finish with a Bachelor of Arts in Interior Design. But all students that go through the program do need to have internships. So you'll get to work with local businesses to complete this portion of the degree path. And some employment opportunities in interior design. You could be a residential designer, commercial designer, art consultant, textiles representative at a local firm. So. And another great way to keep in contact with everything is signing up for our Creative Arts newsletter. This has current events that are going on or upcoming events. Audition notices are put up through this. Ticket deals, student success stories, artwork that's been completed by our students. So everything that's happening in creative arts, you can typically find through our Creative Arts newsletter. So here's the link to sign up right here. And as far as programming goes, that's all that I have. Again, I'm Jackie Guerra, the academic coordinator for creative arts. If you have any questions, here's my extension. Caravans is another really awesome resource, and this is her contact information. So if you have any questions, after my colleague Jamie presents. Feel free.
Great. Thanks, Jackie. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
If you have not made me the presenter yet, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and my portion of the presentation here. So,
Jamie, you should have presenter permissions now. Are you good to go?
I am good to go. Thank you.
Perfect.
Let me just get this good old thingy going here from beginning, Jamie. There we go. All right. Well, so glad to have Jackie highlight all of our wonderful creative arts programs that we offer through Tri-C. And my name is Jamie Zoller. I am the transfer specialist at the Western Campus. We currently have transfer services at our Metropolitan Campus, our West Shore Campus, and the Western Campus as of now. Those are our lovely faces, in case you'd like to know who to contact based on your campus of greatest attendance or where you live closest to. We all do the same great stuff, so you're more than welcome to connect with any of us. And what we're here to do to help support your transfer process onto a bachelor's degree program. Jackie said at several points of her presentation about some really great partnerships that we have with institutions for specific programs, and some students, based on what they want to do, within the creative arts, they need that bachelor's degree program to continue moving forward and what they'd like to do with it. So we're here to help kind of create that plan with you. We help you explore some transfer pathways and partnerships that we might have with the institutions. So many great programs fall under that creative arts umbrella, and we don't have partnerships with every institution for every single program, but there might be some really great opportunities to connect with those schools and their programs. As Jackie mentioned, Northeast Ohio is so rich in culture and creative arts. We're so fortunate to have those opportunities in our area. And simultaneously, we have some institutions that help support, continue that great work and those opportunities. And we'd like to help you explore those. What you don't know, you don't know. So we want to make sure that you're aware of some schools, not just maybe our typical feeder schools or things of that nature. So we help you research those schools and programs and scholarship opportunities, because there are certainly some great ones out there for transfer students. We connect you with those four-year schools. That's a big piece of what we like to do and want you to do. We don't want you to wait to connect with that institution once you transfer. We'd like you to start that connection as early as your first semester with us, so that we can continue that transition. And when you are ready to move on to the next institution, you feel that that's as transitional as possible. We help with applications. Transfer applications are much different than coming out of high school or applying in other ways. So we want to make sure you're providing everything that you need to when it comes to those type of things. We do general transfer planning assistance, so timeline, readiness, that kind of things. We offer different transfer fairs, events, and tours. And then we also offer something called external advising. It's the opportunity to meet with four-year schools about how your classes transfer. Pardon me. So that's something that we really, like I said, we really focus on connecting with those schools while you're a Tri-C student. And that gives you the opportunity to talk with those schools before applying, before committing anywhere, and kind of seeing how your classes transfer and what kind of program might best suit your needs. So certainly, that's just a couple of highlights of what we really try to do in the Transfer Center to help you with that process, but certainly connect with us early when it comes to that. Some transfer must-dos. We want you to make sure that you ensure with your Tri-C counselor your intents to transfer, because that may determine what degree you pursue at Tri-C, and I'll get to that here in a moment. Our General Associate of Arts degree, obviously can help you dabble into some of those, maybe not applied creative arts classes in our great programs, but some of the general education requirements that may be required at the four-year school for a bachelor's degree program. So it's important to tell your Tri-C counselor what are your goals, and what would you like to work in, and how would that, is a bachelor's degree required or not, because that can help them academically plan the classes that you might need for completion at Tri-C and then beyond. Again, connecting with us early to support your transfer planning. So many students come to us when they're done and kind of go, now what? I'd like to apply and connect and whatever the case is. And we are certainly there to help. We will help you at any point, transfer any and everywhere. That's we certainly will continue to help, but there are sometimes timeframes and guidelines and even better class planning that could have gone on throughout that whole period of time. So we want you to connect with us even as your first semester. We always say there's something to do with transfer every semester that you're with Tri-C in some regard. Knowing your major and intended school is helpful, but we can also help you explore those partnerships in schools based on what you would like to do. So it's okay to come in and go, I don't know where and I don't know what, but I know I want a bachelor's degree. And we can start exploring your interests in areas and have you kind of work with Tri-C counseling and our academic areas too to kind of explore those type of things as well. We offer obviously Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate Applied Business, Associate Applied Science, but the best degrees that do transfer onto a four-year school is our General Associate of Arts and Associate of Science, because most four-year schools, your program to complete a bachelor's degree is going to be composed of general education requirements, your major requirements, and then what other hours or electives that might be necessary to earn the bachelor's degree program. And the AA and AS degree are very generally speaking, where you can knock out a lot of that requirement at the four-year school, and you would take more of the applicable courses beyond the entry-level ones that maybe Jackie was speaking about, those higher-level ones that might be required. So it is important, like I said, to talk to your Tri-C counselor about your intents to transfer and kind of looking at those different partnerships and programs that we might have. Because we can generally say the AA and AS degree are most transfer friendly, but there are some specific partnerships like with, Berklee School of Music and our recording arts program, that obviously is a connection piece that goes with that too as well. So it is important kind of where you're going and what you're going for, and we can kind of help determine. But generally speaking, that AA degree, even in the creative arts area, is the most transfer friendly degree to pursue at Tri-C. So I mentioned this word partnership, and you're probably going, what the heck are you talking about, Jamie? What does that mean with a partnership? Partnerships is just a fancy way of saying that we work really well with some institutions. And Jackie had mentioned this a lot throughout her presentation of some specific programs and schools that we partner with. We just don't send students to Cleveland State and BW only. There are several partner institutions that we have, we have 30 plus, mostly in Ohio, but some out of state. So we definitely, the PowerPoint did not advance. Am I on the transfer partnership screen right now? Do you guys see that?
No,
Thanks,
it's
Jasmine.
on the main transfer center
It's on the
screen.
main one.
The very first one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, golly, I apologize. I'm talking and I'm like, it's not happening. So I'm sorry.
No
I
problem.
wondered. It's totally fine.
It's Friday, friends. It's Friday. So you guys didn't see this screen, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause on these screens because I spoke a lot to them, so I won't speak to them again, but I'll just pause on them for a few seconds. These were some of the slides I was talking about, the differences of the degrees and the partnerships that we have and all the things that come along with that. And then I was on the partnership screen. So just give me a thumbs up that we're on the partnership screen. We see it. Perfecto. Awesome. So as I mentioned, we have 30 plus partner schools that we partner with. And those ones that you see pictures of, those aren't the only schools we help students transfer to. As I mentioned before, we help students transfer any and everywhere and help them explore those options, connect with those schools, and so on. But we have different types of partnerships. It helps streamline that transfer process, and it can include perks to help you save time and money. We also offer some dual admission opportunities at some of our partner schools, and that means that you're allowed to be admitted to both Tri-C and another institution at the same time. You may not be able to enroll in classes, but it does give you exposure to opportunities such as advising or other student services. Sometimes there's other perks with being able to register for classes. Every dual admission program is a little bit different, so you'd certainly want to talk to a transfer center representative about that information as well. There's also statewide transfer agreements. So in the state of Ohio, there are things called OGTPs, also known as Ohio Guaranteed Transfer Pathways. Obviously, OGTP is much easier to say. And then there's also the Ohio Transfer 36. This is formerly our Ohio Transfer module is like that kind of bundle of gen ed classes that would transfer onto a lot of public institutions, and then transfer insurance guide. So it's okay if you go to an appointment with a transfer specialist and not know what any of this means and not how it impacts you. Our job is to help you kind of explore what program might best fit what you're going for and where you're going, and if those opportunities are out there for you. Cleveland State is one of our largest partners, and so we are launching something pretty brand new this fall called the Future Vikings program, and really it's open to any student that would like to transfer to Cleveland State. And what the Future Viking participants will benefit from is access to both institution and faculty advisors, academic and student success areas and support areas, connections to CSU academic colleges and departments, one-on-one advising at both institutions, pathways that ensure courses transfer, and priority consideration for transfer scholarships. So really all you got to do is tell us, I want to go to CSU, and being part of that program then helps us determine what program, if it's dual admission, if it's degree link, if there's other opportunities that you should consider, that helps give us some guidelines on how we can help support that. So we do have a kickoff event starting on October 21st, and you can certainly email us with some questions or concerns about it, or connect with any of the transfer centers, and we can certainly help you with that as well. So let's talk about transfer and creative arts specifically, because transfer is never a one-size-fits-all. It can certainly be it is very individualized. That's why I love my job. I can talk to 6 students a day, and all 6 of them have completely different ideas of what and where. And so what we like to just highlight when it comes to creative arts programs is that difference between the Associate of Arts versus the Associate of Applied Business or Science. Again, those applied degrees are taking very specific classes to complete that degree program. So like in the recording arts, in the VisCom, in communication design, in art therapy, all of those great creative arts programs. There might be a couple of general education classes that you'll need, like Jackie was saying, basic maybe math and English, but then very specific classes for the program. And so we're kind of here to help you determine what degree, again, based on where you're going and what you're going for, what degree may fit best in terms of that planning. There are some OGTPs for art specifically and art associated programs. So sometimes just even following along that. And again, those OGTPs are for public institutions, Ohio public institutions. So if you already know you want to go to Kent State for, a specific program, there's ways to map out guaranteed classes that will transfer, in terms of completing that program, and we can help you follow along that as well. I just listed literally to Jackie, as you were talking, I was adding different areas to this slide because creative arts has such great and, like you said, rich programs underneath it. I was trying to kind of put it all together. I think I did all right, but it was, we have theater arts and studies. Great. So there's theater arts and studies. And you also know, theater just doesn't mean acting or performance. There's also, being on management or being backstage and doing things of that nature, production and those type of things as well. There's studio, visual art, photography, film. Cleveland State is really becoming a really great destination with their new film program that launched probably about 3 or 4 years ago now, at the earliest, right? Yeah. So that's a really, and they have different focuses within their film program. So they have acting, they have directing, they have production. They have different areas of film that you can kind of focus on. We have media journalism and broadcasting, music recording arts, art therapy, graphic design, digital art. So these are all different programs that we help students look at, again, where, what school might fit those needs when it comes to that. I just listed some common destinations. Of course, we help students explore. I have more and more students looking at art schools outside the state of Ohio and looking at what are their requirements, because to be very honest, art schools themselves, such as Cleveland Institute of Art or Columbus School of Art and Design, they have some general classes that they will accept from Tri-C, but truthfully, their programs are designed a little bit differently where portfolio work might be required. So or an audition of some kind too. So just being mindful that it's not just a straight up application and coursework that you might, have to submit for those applications. There could be a portfolio of work. So making sure you save all your work that you do at Tri-C, because if they need a certain amount of levels, I was just looking at College of Creative Arts is a school in Michigan. A student wants to do video game design, and as a transfer student, they have to provide at least 8 pieces of work along with their admission information. So we really try to give you a heads up on that. So again, when you're finishing your degree and you're looking at those next institutions, we try to give you some of those pieces and parts that you need to be mindful of. Not saying you're throwing away your work as you're going through your Tri-C courses, but just knowing that that's important to keep on and hang on to those because they may be needed. Art is one of those cool things where not just a letter grade is considered. You know, it comes from experience or your talent that comes through for different programs and opportunities. So we want you to be able to showcase that. And as Jackie mentioned, those are some common institutions that we help students transfer to in all of those areas. Kent State, I think within the last couple of years, recently came out with a bachelor's degree program in photography. Photography doesn't seem to be a huge bachelor's degree program. A lot of them are minors or classes you can take in those areas, but some schools do offer bachelor's degree programs in those as well. So we're here to help kind of plan out that thing for you as best as possible. I always tell students, we never tell you what to do. We don't make those choices for you, but we simply present you with those options, and you can continue to explore those when it comes to that. So how can you connect with us other than our lovely faces right now? You can actually schedule an appointment online through our website. We offer appointments via WebEx, via phone, via in person. And again, we're located currently at those 3 campuses right now, with hopes to get services offered at East eventually here too again. But it'd be best for you to schedule an appointment. That's usually the best way to see our open availability. We all do the same stuff. So depending on what campus you're closest to or attend classes most with, you're more than welcome to connect to any of us. And we're here to help kind of determine what you're doing at Tri-C and what that looks like moving forward. So that ends my side. So
Awesome. Well,
yeah.
thank you both ladies so much. I've checked the chat. We don't have any questions, but we're going to open it up one last time. If there are any questions for Jamie or Jacqueline today about any of the vast information you guys have been shared with, I can say I learned a great deal of information, so I thoroughly appreciate you guys' presentation.
And we appreciate you,
Thank you.
Jasmine.
Thank
Yes,
you.
definitely.
We do
And we have
not have any questions in the chat, so I'm going to stop recording it.